Well, hello there, and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play, currently in version 1.14, and this is episode 17. I just got back from a short end busting session. I got a little over a stack of shulker shells. I was running a little bit low after bringing all those resources back to my base at the beginning of the last episode, and if I'm going to want to do that again, I'm going to need some more shulker boxes, so every little bit helps. Version 1.15 hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out until tomorrow. So I've got a little bit of time to work on the floating island. I've got an inventory of little blocks that I can use to add some contrast and depth to the rocky part of the floating island. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll see if we can build out some more of the floating island as well. I'm starting to get a little bit faster at this. That was about 5 hours worth of work to do all this, but I actually made quite a bit of progress. It's still a long way to go, but definitely getting there. And you'll notice there's a whole bunch of pumpkins here, and those are to provide light to the underside. The glowstone is so that mobs don't spawn up here. The pumpkins, I've got 2 sets of leaves underneath all of these pumpkins, and that will provide light to all the low spots and everything like that. Otherwise, it'd be almost completely darkness under here. And you would lose a lot of this detail that I spent quite a while building. It would just be a black blob if I didn't put some sort of light. So if we come down here, you can actually kind of see right there and right there. I chose pumpkins because it looked the most natural if you looked right at it. The orange color was a little less off-putting than glowstone or sea lanterns or anything like that. That helps quite a bit to make this not like complete blackness. Well, it's the next day, and I have loaded up Minecraft 1.15, which just came out. You can see the little honeybee in the background. And one thing I didn't think about is that I do not have replay mod for this new version. Replay mod is a client-side mod that I use to create all the cool time lapses and everything like that. And it's a little bit unfortunate, but there are workarounds, and maybe I'll just do a few fewer time lapses and whatnot. But the new version should be out fairly soon at some point in the near future. But now that I'm in 1.15, I'm going to go around to all my farms and make sure everything works properly. There shouldn't be anything that's broken as a result of the changes to the new version of Minecraft, but there might be new bugs or something like that that might cause issues with one of them. So I'm just going to go around and do a little checkup. All right, I've been through everything, and everything seems to be working just great. Even the tree farm and the storage system, which are by far the most complicated redstone. All the mechanics seem to be working great. No issues whatsoever. There are, however, 2 small changes that do affect one thing that I use on a fairly regular basis. So first of all, these guys right here are not supposed to be offering this trade anymore. This trade creates an infinite loop that I talked about before, where you can crack these 3 bookshelves to get 9 books and then sell those books back for 9 emeralds from 1 emerald. And it's supposed to be now the lowest price you can get is 3 emeralds for 1 bookshelf, which will not cause an infinite loop at all. Apparently, it doesn't work on old villagers or something like that. So I think this is probably a good change. This was definitely an exploit. And so I will probably get rid of these villagers. And if I can get their paper trades down to a lower number of paper per emerald, I might keep some librarians around. But if not, then I have no use for librarians anymore, except for the ones that I trade all my enchanted books with downstairs. The second fix has to do with villagers resetting their trades, and they will now only reset their trades twice per day. It's the middle of the day. All these other villagers are still resetting their trades. This one will not reset his trade any further. And honestly, I think this is a bad change. I think it was supposed to be a bug in 1.14. They intended to have it like that originally, but I think it was great that it wasn't, and I don't think they should have fixed that bug because it made trades like redstone and bottles of enchanting and quartz, they were finally useful. And you could finally like actually get a decent amount of those things from villagers that way. Whereas before, the only useful trades for villagers were enchanting books. And this nerf doesn't really affect enchanting books at all because you can still get 24 of each enchanting book per day. That's plenty. But you can only get, 24 redstone from each villager. So you need to have more and more villagers in order to do decent trades like that. And that just causes more lag. I don't feel like this is a good change. But it is what it is. I'll just have to deal with it. The natural first step, now that I'm in 1.15, would be to go and look for some bees. Now, bees will only generate in new chunks. They won't generate in chunks that I have already loaded. So all of these areas right here, which is actually a pretty big area, there will be no bees in any of this. But I haven't gone this way very much yet. And I may have done a little bit here, but I haven't done much there. So these are two prime areas to go and check. So I'll take this map with me. Maybe I'll fill in a little bit extra of it, and I've got a few extra maps and a cartography table just in case I end up exploring out further. But let's go on a little venture. There we go, spotted one. Now I just got to find his hive. There it is. Okay, so if I grab this, I think I should be fairly safe. There's no nearby bees. And then I've got some leads here, so I want to grab that guy and I want to try and find another one. Oh, there's another one right over here. I actually think I got pretty lucky with this. It did not take me long to find these guys. I guess it can be kind of hard. Alright, so he won't let me... Come on. There we go. Alright, now I need to build a little cage, and night is falling, which makes it a little unfortunate. But I'll build a little cage, and then I put the beehive in there. I've got a flower I can put in there. Come on, guys. And then I shouldn't be able to get them to go into the beehive that way. All right, there we go. Let's drop the beehive and then release them from their leashes. Where did he go? Oh, dang. Is he already in there? I can't even tell. And is the other one in there? I think they both already popped in there. All right. I think I've got them. I hope there's two in there. Hard to tell. It doesn't tell you. Hopefully they'll improve that in the future to where it'll actually tell you how many bees are in there. I have taken the beehive to the end. I am following a guide by Omango that he posted about a week or so ago. So I've created a little chamber here where I can breed up some more bees, and I can place the beehive down right there, and it'll probably take them about 2 minutes to come out. And then when they do, I'm going to breed them, and then I'm just going to have to sit around and wait for a little bit and just continue to breed them like any other animal. But I'm going to need a whole bunch of them. Fortunately, one of them's out already. That's pretty surprising. I hope there's still at least one more in there. So I know Ilmango posted about an hour ago at this point a video about how you can build this in the nether and use nether portals to keep it perma-loaded. But I have decided that I do not want to do that. I don't want to keep these loaded all the time, mostly because of lag. I just want to make like a really big one that I can come to and get a bunch of honey very quickly and then leave and not leave them loaded all the time. I know that it's kind of nice to be able to perma-load things. It's a cool thing. It's just not what I think I want to do, at least not right now. So I'm just going to wait around and breed up some bees. Apparently, time inside of a beehive doesn't count for baby growth. I went AFK for a couple hours and I came back and one of them was still a baby. So if you want to mate them, I think it's best to keep them out of a beehive, either by holding a flower up or just not having any flowers in the ground. So the too high ceiling didn't end up working out very well for me. I was mating some bees and some of the baby bees actually spawned above the glass. And I broke the glass to try and lure them back down. And I ended up hitting a bee and a bunch of them stung me. And I have one left now. So that sucks. So I got to go back to the overworld and get another bee and then restart the whole mating process. Before I do that, though, I think I want to put something here to keep Endermen from spawning in this area. I think iron trapdoors would work. Slabs might work too. I'll have to test and see if something works. I found a flower forest biome. I'm pretty sure they can spawn here, but I've been all through here and I haven't found any. But still, it's pretty cool. This is the first one I've found. I was hoping I could find one of these because I need a bunch of different flowers to decorate my island. So I've marked the coordinates. I'll definitely have to come back here. Taken me a while, but I finally found one. Oh man, I should have cracked the beehive first. He is mad. And the other one is mad too. I'm going to have to go find another one. Will you guys just get in there? Maybe we just go in the... Oh, he looks nice. Get in there. Get in. Thank God. Okay. And this guy I don't care about. Cool. I've made it back to the end a little bit wiser, and I'm just waiting for this bee to pop out of its nest so I can resume mating. Issues like this are kind of expected when dealing with a new mob type. It just happens, and experience comes from making mistakes like that. You just want to make sure, try really, really hard not to anger these guys. It doesn't end well when you do. Mostly for them. They don't really hurt you that much. They just die, and that can really set you back. It's hard to tell for sure here, but I was keeping count of how many I mated, and I should have 24 bees. So I want to pack some of these up before it gets too cluttered in here. So I need these guys to go into... So once 3 of them go in, it's really hard to tell, man. I really can't tell. So what seems to work is that the bees can get in from above, but if you've got carpet down below, they can't get out. So having the flowers in a more central location allowed all of them to find a place that they could go. And they could even get into this one. I watched them get into this one with the carpet there, but they can't seem to get out. But it looks like I miscounted and I have 1 extra bee, because this guy has been scanning for a beehive for a while now and hasn't found anything. So if I place carpets down, and then I place a beehive, he should jump right into it. Yep, and then none of these guys can get out. So I can pack up, I'm going to pack up 6 of these, and not this one. So I guess I'll leave these 2 right here, pack up these 6. Got another set of 24 bees here, and hopefully packing these into hives should go a little more smoothly than the last time. There really needs to be a way to tell how many bees are in each hive. I had an empty one that was in my inventory and I accidentally put it in the shulker box. And as you can see, these all say NBT2 tags. So I have no idea which one it is. But I'm sure it's in there because I only did 12 beehives and there are 13. So I guess I got to plop down each one, let them all out. That one's got bees in it. And then just figure out the hard way which ones have bees and which ones don't. Alright, so I figured out which one is empty, so now I got 12 of these, and I've got some stuff set up over here. So, over here we've got the actual honey farm right here. So this, again, is still El Mango's design. It's real simple redstone. It just has a comparator, and it detects a signal, and then there's a dispenser full of glass bottles here, and these glass bottles have to be completely full. This took a ludicrous amount of glass. It took me 3 shulker boxes worth of glass to load this up. And this is just a module of 8. This will create about 100 honey per hour. So I'm going to want several modules like this. So I've got a glass smelter. I might have to, next episode, I might look into setting up an actual true smeltery so we can do stuff a little faster than this. But this will help while I'm standing around here doing the breeding the bees and whatnot. I can create some of those. I can get some glass smelted. So let's take, the module will fit 8. So we'll just grab 4 of them for now, and then we'll do the next 4. Doesn't really hurt anything because we've got the carpet here, so they can't get out as long as that carpet is there. And then we'll do the next 8. After that, I want to quickly as possible pull up. Oh, what is going on here? Did an Enderman take that? I think an Enderman took that. That might be a problem. And did I put my carpet away? I think I did. There it is. All right. I hope that doesn't become a problem. Guess we'll see what happens. All right, and then we want to replace this with a flower. And yeah, they're going to pop out just about immediately. And there we go. Hopefully I can not anger them. And get these flowers down. Fortunately, you can still get flowers down on blocks that... There we go. Oh, flowers don't anger them. That's actually pretty helpful. Especially because I'm right-clicking, I can't accidentally anger them. Come on, guys. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. That's a mess. Now I'm out 3 bees. I got to get 3 more bees in there. I'm probably going to have more of them die. Bless it. Looks like 4 bees got out, and I didn't see any of them die. Oh, one of them just died. Okay, it took a minute. Maybe I can just breed 5 more into there and kill these guys. Yeah, I don't know what else I can do. These babies just keep getting out, and El Mango said they weren't supposed to be able to. I don't know if something changed, but that's a bit of a problem as well. Alright, I put iron trapdoors above the glass, and they are still getting out. I officially have no idea how many are in there, so I might have to try and get them all back in and start again from scratch. Alright, I've got them all back into the beehives, so I'm just going to crack these, go back into the breeding area, and consolidate them into however many beehives they'll fit into. And I think the best bet is to wait 20 minutes after you've gotten a certain number to make sure that all the babies have grown up. And that way we're not dealing with any baby bees in this thing, because apparently they can just get right out, and that's a problem. And then I'm also going to have to hope to God that I do not hit any bees while loading this thing up with flowers, which is going to be difficult. I think, again, it's going to require a little patience, wait for most of the bees to be in the hives, and then put the flowers down, and that will probably help a little bit. I've done a bit of breeding, and I've got a whole bunch of bees here, so much that I can barely even see past them, let alone move. But there are no babies in here whatsoever. They're all fully grown, so hopefully that should make this go a little bit smoother. So let me see if I can get these guys all in there. I guess it's safe to try and place a flower, because that might make more babies. That would actually be bad. But yeah, let me see if I can get them all into these hives, and we'll go from there. Alright, so all of these bees have pollen on their butts, and none of them seem to be able to find a nest to go into. So now I can place, that means all of these are full, and I can place new nests, and they should go into them, and I can block them off. Although, yeah, I'm running out of room. We'll make it work. Looks like I didn't have enough nests to store these last 2, so unfortunately, I think they're going to have to die. Now, I'm a little worried. I don't think these guys can get out, but I'm still going to be cautious. I've been through too much today, so I'm going to let these 2 out and lead them away and kill them away from all this, so that I don't want to upset all these hives full of bees. So let's just kill them over here somewhere. Poor guys. Everything's safe and sound here, so I'll pack up 8 of these nests and move them over to this farm over there and see if we can get it working better than we did last time. So I've definitely got an Enderman problem here, and I looked it up in the wiki, and just putting blocks around this won't help. I think I'm going to have to lay down some water or buttons or anything that'll keep Enderman out of this area. I got to keep them like 3 or 4 blocks away from this in order to keep them from stealing these blocks. That would be very, very bad. It would let all the bees out. So let me go grab some water, and it's very important that I deal with that first. Alright, it should be safe to pull up this carpet, and it should be safe to place the flower. And then probably what I want to do is wait for these 3 guys to go into there. Should take about a minute for them to do it, and then pull the next carpet up. Just to be safe, just take it nice and slow and do them all one at a time. So I figured out that I didn't need to do it one at a time and wait for them. What I figured out was that I was holding a flower, which was forcing them to all focus on me. So when I'm not holding a flower, they just go about their own business, and it's pretty safe to come in here and break that one, That's the last one. And should be able to place a flower in, and then hopefully that's good. I'm actually going to place some glass up here. I don't know if I should have more in my ender chest. I'll go grab that. But I had a large bee actually pop out of there, but he actually managed to get back in. So I don't have to worry about that. So I've got the correct number in there. Man, it's been an ordeal, but I got there. So yeah, I'm going to put glass on top of all this because I do not want these guys escaping. And have been glitching out like nobody's business. And it's probably a good idea to put glass on the bottom part too. Doesn't really hurt. And it looks like we're already making honey. We got 6. Cool. Alright. Got it working. I finished this somewhat late last night, so I decided I might as well just AFK the thing. And I came back this morning, and well, a single chest was not nearly enough. I have not lost any yet. It's all in these hoppers back here. But I'm getting pretty close to starting to lose some. So let's go down and drop another part of the chest and see what we end up with. I should end up with somewhere around 800 honey bottles, which is nearly a double chest, which will convert into 200 honey blocks, which is about a little over 3 stacks. So let's see what we got. Looks like I was AFK for around 10 hours because I got quite a bit more than the actual double chest worth. So let me convert this to honey blocks. I didn't realize you actually got the glass bottles back. That's fantastic. I thought they were just gone for good. But no, you get them back. Another nice thing is with the new version, you can finally shift-click into the crafting table again, which makes it a little easier to craft these as well. I ended up with just under 4 stacks of honey blocks, so that's pretty cool. I have no idea how many of these I'm going to need. I know they can be used for flying machines and item transport and TNT drops and stuff like that, but currently I have no actual practical uses for it. I'm sure people will start coming up with some really clever ideas of things they can do with this, so it's pretty nice to have them, but I don't know if I'll need much more. But that said, I think I'm still going to set up at least one other module. I'm definitely going to set up one module right now, and I might set up more in the future. We'll see how things go. But one is about all the glass I can support right now, and then I might also set up a module for the honeycombs, because that creates a decorative block. It's pretty cool, but I think one module is going to be all I'll ever need for that, because they're cool, but, you know, kind of bright, and I think they can be used pretty sparingly. So I realized much too late that I probably should not have built this on the main end island. I've only beat the Ender Dragon once, and I will probably want to do it again at some point, and when I do that, there's a really good chance that she could destroy any of these. All it takes is taking out the wrong piece of glass, and all the bees will just start flying right out. So I definitely do not want to commit any more to this build right now, because I'm probably going to have to move it at some point. What I should have done probably is gone out to one of the far end islands and just covered the whole island with water and then built it on top of that. So that's probably where I'll move it at some point, although the idea of having it in the nether and having it always loaded and just having a smaller one is starting to sound a little more appealing now. I haven't decided exactly what I'll do, but as you can see, I've got 2 of the modules here, and we've got a honeycomb module over here, and that's producing honeycomb nice and good. So for now, I'm fine. It probably will be a while before I have to worry about the Ender Dragon. I'm just not going to expand any of this until I've decided what I want to do with it. So this was all a bit of a roller coaster, but I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot, and hopefully you had fun watching me fail. I certainly did plenty of that, and I did have some successes as well, and hopefully you learned something as well, and maybe you can take my failures and learn from them and not make those failures in your endeavors. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with this farm, and I'm pretty happy with the update. There weren't many features added. We've basically explored all of the new features here for the most part. There are a few cool things that I'll probably go through in later videos, but a lot of what happened in 1.15 was bug fixes. So unlike previous versions where the versions caused a bunch of bugs, 1.515 is probably going to have less bugs than the previous versions did. So I'll probably keep it around. I got no problem with having less bugs. Few things I'd like to see fixed though. I'd like to be able to tell how many bees are in a beehive, and I'd like for them to unfix the villagers because I think that was a bad change. I think being able to trade more than twice per day, like at least raise the limit a little bit. I think that created some really cool game options of things that you could do with that, and then they just ripped it away, and it's really sad, and I'd like to see them unfix that. And then also, I think it's a bug that bees are glitching through the corners of blocks and stuff like that, so hopefully they'll fix that sometime soon. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. That's the end of the episode for today. You guys have a good one.